A gameplay designer is, as it sounds, a designer focused on the moment-to-moment gameplay. Gameplay designers will work on characters, they'll work on how puzzles work, game mechanics, objects, the rules governing the world, game modes, vehicles. They'll work on anything to do with the actual game interactions. Usually not including the levels, but well, the games industry is an interesting place where you're often asked to wear a lot of hats, and unfortunately it's not dress-up time, but a request for you to do extra jobs. Gameplay designers often work in two stages, at the beginning of a cycle and at the end. They'll design on paper what they want, then once that part is implemented by the code team, they'll take what they're given and mould it into something playable and fun. There'll often be a lot of back and forth, with the coders inching closer and closer to what's fun, so it can be beneficial for a gameplay designer to have a little knowledge of code to understand the limitations. AI designers in particular will do a lot more work with implementation, and will often work with some kind of visual scripting system that lets them create engaging enemy interactions without having to send the whole thing back to code every time they want to make a change. Some subcategories of gameplay design include combat design, which focuses on how the player fights, AI design, which looks at game enemies or NPCs of the game. 3Cs designers work on the moment-to-moment gameplay of using the player character. A vehicle handling designer is exactly what it sounds like. Sometimes quest designer might come under this, but I've just as often seen it under narrative, as it's a combination of what the player has to do in the mission, gameplay, and why they're doing it, narrative. When most people talk about game designers, they're usually talking about gameplay designers.